Hello, my name is Nigel Davis, and today I was going to talk to you about the technology plan for University View Academy and my course, Educational Technology 5780. Uh, Breaking down the school as far as the technology use in UVA currently, UVA is a virtual public charter school which is located in the state of Louisiana. The main campus is in Baton Rouge. However, we do service the entire state and all parishes in Louisiana. And we operate from grade levels K to 12. UVA does operate 100% through technology. We are a virtual online school. All students and staff are issued MacBook laptops in order to communicate and complete any pertinent work assigned to them, whether it be office work, uh, actual teaching, grading of papers and assignments, or for students for research and access to online lessons, etc. However, for this technology plan, I listed 5 goals for UVA. These are goals that are in place to being enacted at the school at this time, and I thought I would touch upon them. Some are on different levels than others. The first goal, goal 1, is that all core subjects will use a Tier 1 curriculum. Goal 2, teachers will receive training or professional development for the Tier 1 implementation in their courses, respectively. Goal 3, incorporate Google or Microsoft Teams as the primary communication method for teachers and staff. Goal 4, align schools to ISTE national standards. And Goal 5, provide online emotional and social support services. So I want to touch on the reasons why I feel these goals would be good for the school as far as integration with technology. On their own, these goals are substantially important for the school environment. However, being that we are a virtual school, it does present some thinking or challenges sometimes to make sure certain things that are integrated will work for us as it would a traditional brick and mortar school. So for the Tier 1 curriculum, it will be phased into the core content courses in order to meet the standards of the Louisiana Department of Education, or LDOE. This is a process that has caused some concern at the school, being that sometimes the state-issued curriculum may not always blend well with an actual virtual environment. However, it is something that our school is required to do, and it's something that our school has begun the steps in doing. Teachers will receive training on new curriculum in conjunction with the UVA tech team, who will ensure the curriculum can mesh well with our current technological capabilities. This will also be done to ensure the platform will work well for both teachers and students. And a little background with this reasoning, in the past we have had technology or curriculum that came from Florida Virtual and other avenues, and sometimes what we were receiving, once we tried to integrate it into the learning systems that we use, not everything flowed well, and it would create a lot of issues as far as bugs that needed to be worked out or capabilities that we thought we had that we did not have. So the tech team itself will have to help mesh the curriculum to also still be Tier 1, but to also be able to work within the realms of what we have currently. The school will make sure the ISTE standards are being covered, and that will be done by, recorded documentation. You would think that being that we're a virtual school, that naturally we are using some of the ISTE standards, which we are. However, it's never been emphasized to actually record or document all of them that we're addressing. So we're making that an emphasis now to make sure that the right ones are being emphasized, especially in the courses where they're applicable. We're going to also incorporate an emotional, social support to students through use of communication technology. And as myself, I'm a special education teacher. And in a virtual environment, a lot of my students do have many concerns, as any other student, whether it be ADHD or some other lingering deficit areas that can cause social anxiety. And especially in today's climate, those are things that really sometimes get overlooked and should be addressed in schools, in a virtual environment especially, whereas even though we have so many means of communication, we may not always come face to face where we can have that personable contact always. So one of the phases that we wanted to implement is to not only address the emotional social support and well-being of our students, but to make it a mainstay at the school, to address it through at-risk students and students who do have IEPs, who call for social service support and counseling services. And of course, the key is to make sure that it's integrated within the technology that we use, as far as the ability to communicate and to do it with confidentiality. And the last point is to determine the primary communication for the staff. Over time, we have dabbled with Google applications, Microsoft applications, and several other things. And it became very cumbersome to have so many multiple ways to communicate, to where it just makes more sense to have it streamlined through one source so that so many communications aren't lost upon teachers. For example, I could have 3 applications open where someone communicates to me in another application, and I may not see it in real time. So just to make things more synchronous. The roles and the responsibilities for our technology plan are broken down pretty basically in this way. The administration's role would be to delegate to teams to review the ISTE standards and the Tier 1 curriculum. They will also be responsible for scheduling the professional development for the teachers and pertinent staff. The technology team will incorporate the new curriculum into the learning system and also provide training for those who need it. Teachers, their role right now is just to attend the professional developments and take in what has been given to them. The master teachers' roles for University View Academy will be to coordinate between the administration and teachers on new curriculum and ISTE technology standards. Here's the 5-year plan broken down. So we have the strategies, the process that it would take, a given timeline for those activities to happen, the persons responsible, and the funding for these activities. So for the strategies, the beginning phasing in the Tier 1 curriculum, and the process would be to finalize the pricing of everything that's needed to purchase the actual curriculum or any other technology that would be needed, and the installation. The timeline would run from the actual summer of 2020, right before the 2021 school year, and it's going to be staggered up until the year 2024 so that it can be phased in per content area and or grade levels as determined by the school. The persons responsible for the implementation will be the technology team, and the funds come from the general school fund. Another strategy is to incorporate the ISTE standards into courses. The process is to identify standards to implement, align those applicable per course. The timeline is by the end of the 2020-2021 school year that pretty much all courses are aligned with ISTE national standards. The persons responsible will be the administration, technology team, and master teachers. The general funding will not necessarily be applicable, as this is something that's already provided. It's just a matter of making sure they're being implemented and which ones. For the next strategy, provide professional development opportunities for staff. The process is to organize the ISTE standards and the Tier 1 curriculum professional developments. This is going to be an ongoing thing up until the year 2024. And they're primarily going to be done, the big professional developments will run in the summer, followed by fall and spring refresher courses or to add on to what's already been given. The responsible parties will be the administration, master teachers, and the technology team, and any money that would be needed for these professional developments will come from the general fund. And the last is to add support services to University View Academy. This process will start where we hire support staff. I noted that we're talking about a counselor to deal with social and emotional goals for students. And the process also will call for us to increase the staff as the need arises. So we're going to start that in the summer of 2020. And it will start off with one counselor, and it will continue through the fall of 2022. And by that, I can explain that it will go basically from the elementary, middle, and high school phases. So as the need grows, one person would be dedicated per level, whether it be elementary, middle, or high school, as opposed to one for the entire school. The person responsible would be the administration team, and funding for that will come from the general fund. Those were the main points that I wanted to touch on for the technology plan for University View Academy. So in closing, again, my name's Nigel Davis. If you have any questions, you can contact me. My phone number is 225-283-6164, and my email is ndavis244-293@nsula.edu. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.